Alright, so I have to admit I was wrong. When I saw everyone on Reddit and Twitter and all the other social media platforms talking about how they thought that big team battles should be assault rifle starts, I thought, that's extremely stupid, the assault rifle is trash and the pistol sucks. I just want a DMR. Just like in every other Halo game, I want to spawn in big team battle with a precision weapon, and I don't want to deal with having to spawn without the DMR. Now, since the experimental playlist has come out, I've actually been pleasantly surprised. It actually plays pretty well, so what we're going to do today is we're just going to get in, we're going to play a bit of the experimental AR starts playlist and check it out. Alright, so here is Big Team Slayer Assault Rifles on Breakpoint. So the first thing that I've noticed playing this playlist a good bit in the past few days is just how nice it is to not get cross-mapped as often. Like, this guy right here, if this was DMR spawns, either I could kill him or I could have gotten a lot closer to killing him. But with the pistol, I mean, it just doesn't happen nearly as much. So it completely changes up the dynamic of the game. It makes it a lot easier to get around the map as you're not getting cross-mapped the whole time. Am I getting shot by my teammate? I have no clue what's going on. But along with making it easier to get across the map because you're not getting cross-mapped, it also makes the vehicles a lot stronger because it's a lot harder to pistol someone out of a warthog that's driving around or even a mongoose or a ghost than it is when you have the DMR. With that, you just 4-shot them, it's done, easy, and you just move on with your life. So it's nice that along with the added mobility around the map, you also can use vehicles easier. So, what the? Oh, I'm bad at this video game. Alright, well. Just close your eyes. No one needs to see this. Alright. Okay, well, after all that, I got him. Sometimes I just can't snipe. Like, even though I'm playing mouse and keyboard most of the time, sometimes I'm just really fucking bad. I don't know. Like, so, occasionally my aim's on point, and then just occasionally it's so fucking terrible. I've almost found that I'm better with the sniper when I'm no-scoping than when I have to scope it in. I don't know what it is. It's just like the sensitivity when I scope in just never has felt good in Halo Reach. And this isn't a problem I really have in any other game with a sniper rifle, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I've never really figured it out, but like I was saying though, the assault rifle spawns just make the maps almost flow a little bit better. You're able to get around them a bit more, along with use the vehicles a bit more, which is just a pleasant change over regular DMR spawn big team battle. And I'm not saying I want this playlist to replace that one, but I wouldn't mind like a 50-50 playlist, or if they keep it like they do right now where they're two separate playlists, I think that works for me too. I think eventually if it gets harder to find matches, that the 50-50 might be the best bet, and just rotate between the two different types of spawns. I don't know about other people, but I would be pleased with that, as I have been pleasantly surprised with the pistol spawns, but I guess it would just come down to if you guys enjoy the pistol spawns or not. Oh, this guy's got sniped. No. That's another thing that's a lot easier when everyone doesn't have a DMR, is sniping, because you're not just getting poked with the DMR every time you peek out with a sniper. One thing though that I do wish was a little different, and this could just be my lack of big team battle map knowledge, is I kind of wish there was more DMRs scattered around the maps. For me, it seems like they're kind of hard to find. I seem to run into more of the needle rifle and just not very many DMRs, so I wouldn't mind if a few more of those were scattered around the map, but it's definitely not the end of the world or anything like that. Oh shit. Oh, they're low. Wait, how is he not dead? What? Oh, I got a double at least. I'm confused. I thought I killed them. The other night I was actually playing a good bit of Invasion. And Invasion almost gives me the same type of feelings that pistol spawns Big Team Battle does, or assault rifle spawns Big Team Battle, whatever you want to call it. I just call it pistol spawns because I never use the assault rifle because it's useless. but technically the mode is an assault rifle mode. But one thing that I noticed when I was playing that Invasion is that since it's the vanilla settings with the higher bloom, and people are going to be like, what are you talking about? I almost think that Big Team Battle either plays better like this or with the increased bloom. Because with the increased bloom, even with the DMR, you aren't able to do the things that you're able to do with it in the TU settings. Because you can't cross-map people as easily, you really have to pace your shots, and likewise, you can't snipe people out of vehicles all the way across the map and all that stuff. So it almost plays pretty similar to this, even though you do have the DMR off spawn. And so I don't know if I necessarily want them to try that playlist out, but I think it could be something they could rotate into the experimental playlist thing, is to have Big Team Battle be vanilla Halo Reach settings for like a week or whatever. I think it'd be an interesting experiment. It could end up playing terribly, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes when I'm playing vanilla settings in Invasion, I get very, very tilted by the bloom, but I get tilted by the bloom in TU. So even though it's worse, it's just, I don't know. I don't like bloom as a mechanic at all, but the way a lot of Halo Reach's maps are built and just the DMR works, it's too strong without bloom, or even with the reduced bloom sometimes. So you end up in this weird spot where like nothing feels good. Oh my god, he jumped. No bloom works pretty well for 4v4, but no bloom would not work at all on the big maps. Like, just imagine getting just absolutely lasered non-stop with no bloom on a Big Team Battle map. But then the TU almost has the same problem to a slighter lesser degree. And then if you go vanilla, well then you have to deal with terrible bloom. So it's almost pick your evil in Halo Reach. It's one of my biggest problems with Halo Reach, is just none of the settings are good. Like, out of the box, the game's not very good. The TU settings have their own issues, and hardcore settings, while they work for the 4v4 maps, they really do make the DMR the most viable weapon in the game. So those really aren't settings you can just slap over all the game modes and maps. One thing that I'm really hoping, and this might actually be oh my god, he's one shot. This will probably be a topic I eventually get around to making a full-fledged scripted video on. But one thing that I really hope, one thing I hope in Halo Reach is that they have better vanilla settings. I don't mind when the competitive community changes the settings a little bit to make them a little more competitive, but I really hope that in Infinite, the settings out of the box just play a lot better, so that we're at least playing something similar to what the hardcore community plays. Like, I understand if they take out autos or whatever. Oh my, dude, I can't snipe tonight. But I hope things like the way the weapons work and the movement speed and stuff like that, I hope those settings mirror each other in Halo Infinite. And I have a feeling they will, because they did in Halo 5 for the most part. I just feel like one of the easiest ways to get people to transition from the more casual playlists and game modes into like a ranked or a competitive environment is having the settings be close to each other. Like, they can be a little different, like I said, if you need to take some things out that are really OP, like radar, or if there's an automatic weapon that just shouldn't be in a competitive environment, then that makes sense to take out a competitive. But like, the settings at their core need to be pretty close, or else people go from playing something like this, where they're playing Big Team Battle, they're playing with a AR spawn with bloom, and then they hop into the hardcore list and it's DMR spawns, no bloom, higher base movement speed, higher strafe speed, and just, it's like a completely different game at that point. It plays totally different. So even if you play pretty well in this game mode, you might just be terrible in that mode. Oh no, they took our fucking blade. One other improvement I'd like to see for Big Team Battle going forward, and this is another thing that maybe they could do an experimental playlist on, is I'd like to see a lot more of those Forge maps that we got in original Halo Reach that you just never seem to get in the rotation. It seems the Big Team Battle playlist really prefers the DLC maps, so it'd be cool to do a playlist that either like doesn't have them at all, or greatly diminishes the amount that you get them, because while they're okay, I wouldn't mind seeing a wider variety of maps, because every time I play Big Team Battle, it seems like I play the same like 3 or 4 DLC maps just over and over. Like, I get this map all the time. And it's not a bad map or anything like that, but variety does wonders for making a game be replayable. And I think that gets overlooked sometimes, especially in like the hardcore playlist where we only have like 4 or 5 maps. For someone like me who's not the world's most competitive player or anything like that anymore, having more maps, as long as they're competent, does wonders for me wanting to replay the game over and over. Whereas if I'm just on the same maps over and over, unless I'm trying to like prepare for a tournament or something, that's just not really what I want to be doing. Haha, I got the last kill. Anyways guys, that's going to wrap up the video. Those are just kind of my quick and dirty thoughts on assault rifle spawns and big team battle. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about assault rifle spawns, whether you like them or not, whether you'd like this to be a full-time playlist, or if you'd like it to kind of merge with the existing playlist. And if you enjoyed the video at all, you know what to do. I'll also toss my Twitch link in the description, so if you want to watch me live, you can follow me over there, and I'll see you guys next time.